Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here this morning. A special thanks to members of the press. I'm sure your dance cards are filling up these days, so we certainly appreciate you inching your way through the snow-bounded single trench to join us. The press conference is also being live streamed through YouTube to Islanders far and wide, so thank you to those folks tuning in online. A warm welcome to the Islanders tuning in from Florida. If you could reciprocate some of this warmth to us here in PEI, it would be much appreciated. My name is Margaret Ann Walsh. I'm one of the co-chairs of the provincial election campaign for the Progressive Conservatives. When Rob first approached me about getting involved in this campaign, he told me that one of the most important things to him as leader, as future premier of this province, was that he wanted to do things differently. He wanted to be open with Islanders and approachable, and he wanted to answer their questions as head-on and directly as possible. I think that you'll agree with me that Rob's announcement today is the first step in that direction, the first step that's been had in a very long time in this province. Rob will be available immediately following his announcement for one-on-one immediate interviews, so feel free to approach him or myself if you'd like to speak with him. Would you please join me in welcoming PC Party Leader Rob Lantz.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming out today. As we speed towards a provincial election, the necessity for in-depth scrutiny of several issues is being pushed aside in the hope that it will be overtaken by the day-to-day activities of that election. As a candidate for Premier of this province, I'm concerned at the level of anger, cynicism, and distrust that rightly exists about some activities of the provincial government and the failure to achieve full disclosure of those activities. Islanders want answers. They are screaming for answers. I sought the leadership of the PC Party, and I'm seeking to become the Premier of this province, largely because for some time now, I've felt that we could do better. I believe we need to set a new direction for this province. I believe that we need a government that will, in fact, set a new course that places openness and accountability at the forefront. In the absence of reliable information, Islanders have been left to draw their own conclusions about the actions of their government. There are some who view these actions only through a legal lens. They ask the question, were laws broken? That's an important question, and it needs to be fully answered, but I believe what truly troubles Islanders is the absence of moral oversight. Not just whether it was legal, but was it right? Have ethical standards been compromised? These actions have led some to question whom government truly serves. A few select insiders, or all Islanders? It's a question of access, privilege, and secrecy versus openness, equality, and transparency. First, the management of the PNP file, which even years later still leaves many with unanswered questions. The debate has been heightened recently by recent statements from a former senior official in government, raising questions about whether Islanders were told the truth by the highest political office in the province. Secondly, the e-gaming scandal must be investigated. Quite frankly, it's shocked, offended, and embarrassed Islanders, and it's damaged our reputation as a province. And most recently, the report of the Auditor General, which revealed the fact that the province has a loan portfolio of $440 million, and that much of the management of the process takes place far from public scrutiny. So much so that a loan can be sought, granted, defaulted upon, and written off without so much as the public ever being aware. Fellow Islanders, I cannot control what has happened in the past, but I can take steps clear the air and ensure those mistakes are not repeated. That is why today I am committed to establishing a Royal Commission on Accountability in Government. Aujourd'hui, je m'engage à la création d'une commission royale d'enquête sur la responsabilisation dans le gouvernement. I will establish the commission within 6 weeks of assuming office. It will be a 3-member commission. The commission will be established under the Public Inquiries Act, thereby providing it with all the powers under that act, including subpoena powers. Establishing the commission under this act also authorizes the engagement of services and professionals as required to assist the commission in meeting its mandate. The commission will be mandated to review the e-gaming initiative, the management of PNP, and the government's lending and loan write-off practices. The Commission will be tasked to make specific recommendations for corrective action in management and oversight processes, to ensure such activities are not repeated, and to ensure that administrative procedures are actually adhered to in the future. The Commission will also make such other recommendations stemming from its work that will serve to enhance accountability in government and guide those entrusted with that responsibility. On the selection and the makeup of the Commission, I will consult with the leaders of all officially recognized political parties in the province, regardless of whether or not they hold seats in the legislature, so as to ensure partisanship plays no role, no part whatsoever in that decision, and that its independence is beyond question. The Commission will be asked to complete its work within 1 year so that our new government will be able to take prompt action to implement the recommendations and start the process of restoring the public's confidence and trust in its political representatives. The anger and frustration over these matters highlights the vital importance of trust in the governing process. Politicians need to be trusted to do the right thing, and they need to earn that trust by continually doing the right things. We must restore confidence and public trust in Prince Edward Island as a place to live, work, and to do business. When that trust is lost, confidence in the entire democratic process is diminished. That's why I believe this commission has become necessary. In considering the commitment to establish this commission, I recognize that there are costs in doing so, but it's my belief that failing to act will incur far greater costs. Costs to the confidence of investors to create new businesses and the jobs that come with them. Costs to the faith our youth have in their future here. Costs to the reputation of our province across this country. The failure to address these matters will continue to be a sore that will fester and hamper the effective operation of a new government. The cloud of suspicion must be cleared. And lastly, beyond our priorities for governing this province, it's my own personal goal to be able to eventually leave the political arena with my integrity intact. In order to do that, you'll be hearing about a number of initiatives I will put in place to ensure that accountability and transparency are cornerstones of all government decisions that we make going forward. In my acceptance speech at our leadership convention, I said this: "To me, integrity is being able to look myself in the mirror and you, the people of this province, in the eye, and know that the decisions we make were made for the good of the people of this province." I believe that, and I'm committed to that. Thank you very much. And that concludes the announcement, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be happy to take questions from the media immediately afterwards. Thanks.